I'm so happy you've got this opportunity to show these to you, because you're never going to see this artist again. You're not going to see him in any gallery. Only crazy people, formerly crazy people, have his work. What did we pay for it? Pudding, mostly pudding cups. I really like this one, because he said it was a self-portrait. I guess I must have looked sort of skeptical, because then he said, "This is what I look like in my mind." Okay, fair enough. He's so not that skinny in real life. I don't know why someone would make themselves balder. If I was an artist, I'd give myself more hair, not less. But whatever. We're most ourselves inside our heads, so if this is what he looks like in his head, then this is what he really looks like. I wonder if in heaven our outer selves match our inner selves. I don't even think the staff knows his name. He's just the patient in room 117, or just 117. He even signs his sketches like that. This one is Aggie, coming down off one of her screaming fits. They're legendary. She doesn't have them often. She's usually the nicest person in the place, and you think, what's she doing here? Until she has one of her fits, and then you think, And there's this moment when she's coming down off a fit, and he's captured it. And it has to be from memory, because it just lasts a second. It's the moment she remembers where she is. And it's very sad where she is. But it's not as bad as where she was. They say she killed someone. I guess maybe that could be true, but I like her. And this one, he says, is his girlfriend, not in our world, but in his mind. He said she was having a bad hair day. It's weird he's so fat, but his inner girlfriend is so skinny. But when you look at his self-portrait, that's skinny too, so maybe everyone in his head is skinny. He's got a head populated with skinny people. This one's Jenny. She's really withdrawn. She doesn't acknowledge anyone, even Jessie, who hangs with her all the time. Except when she gets upset, she coughs and coughs like she won't ever stop. But usually she just sings to herself, and she can really sing. Her voice is really pretty. I think maybe she was a classical singer, maybe opera or something, because what she sings sounds like before radio. Sometimes it almost makes me cry, but I move away before that happens. I think you can drown in beauty. I think that. I couldn't get a sketch from of Jenny without one of Jessie. They're kind of like a duo. They're both very quiet and withdrawn, but they seem to like each other's company. But like a cat likes your company, not all waggy like a dog. But if you go in another room, pretty soon the cat's in the same room with you. If it likes you. Don't ask Jessie about her facial scars. I think she did them herself. But if you ask her and Jenny hears, Jenny will have one of her coughing fits, and they're really ugly, and you don't want to see that. Never mind be the cause of it. And Jessie won't answer you anyway. Patient 117 really likes Jessie because she sneaks him her food when she can. But they watch him pretty close now that they figured that out. They don't want him getting fatter, and they really want her to eat something. But she doesn't like eating. Now, if you catch patient 117 on the grounds and you want to sketch, slip a chocolate bar into his pocket. He'll just get up and go for a walk. Select a sketch from the book. It doesn't matter to him which one. He says he never looks at them again after he's finished sketching them anyway. This is safer than trying to slip him a pudding cup in the cafeteria than getting the sketch in the rec room. I was going through the sketchbook there once, and suddenly I hear Nurse's voice at my shoulder. "Interested in art, are we?" I was afraid she was going to confiscate the sketchbook. They did that once. Now, there's something weird about this one, which is why I wanted it. This is the front of the building. You only see the front when you're admitted or discharged, and it's night. There's a sundown curfew. So either he's got a photographic memory he can tweak the lighting on, or else he got out and then back in again. This is Winnie doing his nurse impression. Almost. Winnie just puts a napkin on his head. 117 is really embellished it here. He's even done his signature different, like this one is extra special. And this wasn't done from memory. I saw him do it in the rec room while Winnie was watching TV. He's captured more of Winnie's warmth than his comedy, which is good, I guess. But though the comedy was, well, Nurse caught him once and tried to be her stern self, but you could tell even she was trying not to laugh. Oh, I miss Winnie. He got transferred to a place for old crazies a few months ago. Oh, this sketch brings back good memories. I hope things are good for you, Winnie, wherever you are. This is Shanty. It's kind of abstract, kind of like her face is poking out of one of her stories. But it's a good likeness. Even the eyes are like that, like a wolf and a fairy had a baby. Her eyes are full of light and moving all the time like she's seeing the things in her stories. And she is a storyteller, not a liar. You just gotta understand that with stories it's all true. It really happened. Even if it didn't. Once she was going on about how she and some friends marched into City Hall in Istanbul and said they were taking the city back for Christ. They had to run for it. They ran and they got away. And then Deckel shouts, "BS, you'd be in Turkish prison now if you did that." But Polly calmed him down. I have a bit of a crush on Shanty, especially when she's telling her stories. I don't know how you could be in her presence when she's on and not love her. Traded him a pudding cup for this one, had to have it. This is a part of the place. Marta on the grounds calling for her dog, Baggy. The dog's full name was Baguette, but she just calls her Baggy. Baggy, she calls. She's lucid most of the time. She knows Baguette died 40 years ago, but sometimes she forgets. I traded him a bran muffin for this one. He didn't let me choose which sketch I wanted from the book this time. He just ripped this one out and he said, "Here, you can have this. Next time bring something good." By good, he means sweet, like a pudding cup, or better still, a chocolate bar. Chocolate bars are hard to come by. Visitors bring them. The hospital never provides them. You want a snack, you can have a bran muffin, and they're not even good bran muffins. So yeah, he was right to be pissed off. Though I don't know what the deal is with him and new nurse that he'd choose this sketch to curse me with. She's pretty, but I don't like her. She doesn't really have a cross on her forehead. She's very professional and everything, and she gets everything right, and she did from the start. But I can tell when a person has killed someone. When I saw this, I burst out laughing. I traded him the chocolate bar Eris gave me for it. This is Nurse, and I guess it's what you'd call satirical, 'cause she doesn't wear a communist-style star hat, and she doesn't have those shoulder things. But it's a good likeness otherwise. Nothing says authority like a Soviet hat with a star on it. Big freaking star. And Nurse does run the place. I mean, the docs float around, but Nurse and her orderlies are on the ground, if you know what I mean. Maybe she should have a hat like that. So I asked him if he'd do a commission, and he didn't say anything, so I said what a commission was, just in case he didn't get it, and he said he knew what a commission was, and no, he didn't do commissions because that's something artists do, and he wasn't an artist. I think that's bullshit, but I didn't say that. Patient 117 is my favorite artist of all. The Italians, the French, the Impressionism, and the Pointillism, and even Van Gogh. Even Van Gogh, and that's saying something because I really like Van Gogh. Anyway, I saved 3 pudding cups. I'll let you take a sketch for one, so I figured 3 would be good for a commission. My favorite doctor's Jansen, so I asked him for a sketch of Jansen, and I presented the 3 pudding cups. He looked at them, and for a moment I thought he was going to say no. But he took them. Next day in the rec room, he gives me this. There's a note on it saying, "Your commission." So I avoided patient 117 for a few days after the commission fiasco, but then my curiosity got the better of me, and like I said, he is my favorite artist. Going through the sketchbook, I found this with a note with my name on it. But I didn't have a pudding or anything to trade, and I wasn't going to make the mistake of offering a bran muffin again. He said it was already paid for. I don't think he likes Jansen as much as I do. There's none of his warmth in this portrait, but I like what he did with the eyes, because that's true. With one eye, Jansen sees you, and with the other, he really sees you. I have no problem lying to Jansen because I know he knows it's a lie, so I don't have to feel bad about it. It's just another clue for him to unravel the mystery. What a weird thing to do for a living, being a human mystery unraveler. I had to get one of his sketches of Dr. Hawker. I traded a pudding cup and 2 raisin cookies. cookies. I really don't like raisin cookies, but I know he does. And this sketch is special because he used ink. They don't allow him much since he drank that bottle. He's given Hawker a hat of authority, but not as bad as the one he gave Nurse. And the glasses are bigger, but that's somehow right. I didn't see her regularly. My main doc was Jansen, but she's head of everything, and she keeps on top of everything, and I think she saw me because Jansen said I should be released. She agreed. And she said that they were setting up a place at a transition house for me. Isn't it weird that a part of me didn't want to go? I mean, is home just wherever they put you once you get used to it? Not a transition house. That's in the name. It's on the label. It tells you don't get used to this. But everything is that when you think about it. Transition houses. Some are good. Some are less good. And some transitions last longer than others. Yeah, that's me. It's a good likeness, except I don't have a hat like that. I wonder if it's some sort of idea hat, from the light bulb. For sure it's more interesting than my baseball cap, and it's good that there's something, because I'm self-conscious about bowling, and if he'd put my chrome dome in that sketch, I'd probably just focus on that every time I looked at it, and I wouldn't want it. And he did it. He did it a while ago. I'd seen it a lot of times, but felt weird about taking it. But I knew when I was gone, I wouldn't. I wanted it to be with the others, like I'm in the story too. Yeah. I told him about a week before I was leaving that I was going. I said goodbyes to everyone who mattered to me there, because I didn't want to miss anyone. I didn't want to just be at the door, sort of waving, saying bye, goodbye. Yeah. Except I did that too. Bye, everyone. Bye now. Bye. So anyway, that's a lot, except for this final one. When I was saying my byes, he came up and he gave me this one. He came right up to me and he just gave it to me, and it's a goodbye present, I guess. I wasn't sure what to think. Istanbul, he said. Yeah, I nodded, pretending like I understood. And I guess he knew I was pretending, because then he just says, he says, Constantinople. I was still not getting it. He took his pencil and he wrote on the back in block capitals, Freedom. And to tell you the truth, I still don't get it. But that's what I think when I look at it now. Freedom. Whatever that means. First, I gotta get a better hat. I want a hat like the one in the picture, maybe even with a light bulb on it if I can get one. Then, I don't know, I guess, transition, whatever that means. Then, Istanbul. Why not? Constantinople. Constantinople. Constantinople.